मदद की। अब आगे जाके जैसे हमारी माली हालत जो है बदल जाएगी, जिस तरह वो नए प्रोजेक्ट्स, पावर प्रोजेक्ट्स हमारे जो ऑन स्ट्रीम आ जाएंगे, उससे हमारी कमाई बढ़ेगी, और कुछ इकदाम उठाए जाएंगे जिससे हमारी कमाई बढ़ेगी। उसमें फिर हम जो बीपीएल कैटेगरी के लोग हैं उन्हें भी जो फायदे गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से मिलने चाहिए उनको भी इनमें शामिल किया जाएगा।
नेक्स्ट फ्रॉम दैट साइड। We can have from this side.
गुड इवनिंग सर। सर मेरा दो छोटे क्वेश्चन है। एक क्वेश्चन है कि क्या सरकार एनपीएस एम्प्लॉइज के लिए ओल्ड पेंशन स्कीम जो है रिस्टोर करेगी, नंबर 1। नंबर 2 ये है कि आपने अपने बजट में काफी वेलफेयर मेजर अनाउंस किए हैं, क्या जो एक्रेडिटेड और नॉन एक्रेडिटेड जर्नलिस्ट है उनके लिए भी कोई वेलफेयर मेजर अनाउंस करेगी सरकार, जस्ट लाइक पेंशन, इंश्योरेंस एक्सेट्रा इत्यादि इत्यादि?
न्यू पेंशन स्कीम का जो पुराने वाले हैं वो तो ओल्ड पेंशन स्कीम का है, इसमें तो कोई बदलाव नहीं है। ओल्ड पेंशन स्कीम के मुलाजिम जो है वो ओल्ड पे रहेंगे, जो नए मुलाजिम लगे हैं वो न्यू पेंशन स्कीम पे होंगे, और इसमें कोई बदलाव लाने की बात नहीं है। जहां तक जर्नलिस्ट के पेंशन वगैरह की बात है, मैं ईमानदारी से कहूं हमने इसके बारे में सोचा नहीं है, लेकिन अगर आपके पास कोई ऐसे मतलब आइडियाज हैं जो आप शेयर कर सकते हो, उसमें फिर आप देख लीजिए ना कितना बर्डन आप उठाने के लिए तैयार हो और कितना आप हमारे ऊपर डालने के लिए इतना चाहते हो।
वहां से क्वेश्चन।
फिलहाल प्रेस क्लब की मैंने बात की, क्योंकि हम चाहते हैं कि वाइब्रेंट प्रेस जो है वो कायम हो। जम्मू का प्रेस क्लब चल रहा है शायद, लेकिन श्रीनगर में चल नहीं रहा है। श्रीनगर का प्रेस क्लब दोबारा चले, उसके लिए इकदाम उठाए जाएंगे।
What's up, good evening. Hakeem Irfan from Economic Times. What's up, this fare rebate for the women, you said zero fare for the women. So we see that the public transport, especially the SRTC, is in shambles, especially when we talk about districts, inter-district connectivity and all. So will it reach to the grassroots really, number one? And number two, the opposition has turned this budget as something which is a love letter to the BJP. Some have called it the deception because of the broken promises of the elections. How do you respond to that? And lastly, also I say you started your budget speech with a very pessimist Persian proverb, which is often used when the situation is irreparable. So, do you still consider what you told in Delhi recently, that the current system is a recipe for disaster? Do you see that challenge while preparing the budgets?
You had so many questions that I don't know where to start. One, SRTC daily ridership is more than 20,000. So, it's not as if SRTC buses are going empty. And it is our endeavor to augment that fleet and strengthen SRTC's network. So obviously, ladies, when they're able to travel free, both within the e-bus network and SRTC, we believe that it will benefit them greatly. I don't expect anything but criticism of the budget from the opposition, because that's why they're called opposition. If they were anything else, they would be in government. I mean, it would be difficult for you to find me an example where an opposition has come out from Parliament or the Assembly and praised the budget. Therefore, that's not, for me, any sort of criteria. I believe that we have presented a budget that is people-friendly. It's a love letter to the people of Jammu Kashmir. To that extent, if there are people of Jammu Kashmir who voted for the BJP, then it's a love letter to them as well. But it's also a love letter to the people who voted for NC, voted for Congress, that voted for PDP, and a love letter of the people of Jammu Kashmir who didn't vote at all. So let's not be sort of unfair and make this as a love letter only to the BJP. It's a love letter to the people of Jammu Kashmir. Now, on the third thing, I think that proverb was not an expression of helplessness, because there is a balm. If that proverb had been about the absence of a balm at all, then it would have been helpless. There is a balm, but there are many wounds, which is a fact. I mean, if you go by the numbers, that Santosh put in front of you, if you go by the numbers that I put in front of you in the assembly, the fact is that the problems are many, but the resources are limited. And that's why this budget was an exercise in trying to do the maximum good with the least deployment of resources. As our resource position improves, as we move more towards a self-sufficient Jammu and Kashmir, obviously that will change. Now, the question that you asked me, I still maintain that a UT with assembly is by far the worst form of government in the country. I have no hesitation in saying this. I've said this before, I'll say it again. There should only be two systems in this country. Either you have a UT without assembly, or you have a state. Because please remember, union territories were envisaged as territories that were too small to be states. That criteria does not apply to J&K. So, that's it? Okay.
UNT news after that. First.